Yo, what's up everybody? It's your man Khan coming at you from Chicago. This city is absolutely bonkers. The energy, the people, the food, it's just off the charts. We spent a week running around like crazy people trying to capture the soul of this place. So many iconic spots, so much history, so much to see and do. We're talking Millennium Park, deep dish pizza, that bean-looking thing everyone takes pictures of. We're diving headfirst into the heart of Chicago, exploring the hidden gems and the must-see landmarks. So buckle up, grab your headphones and get ready for an epic adventure because we're about to drop the ultimate Chicago travel guide. Alright, first things first, we're starting our Chicago journey at Millennium Park. This place is like the Times Square of Chicago, but with more art. Speaking of art, you can't come to Millennium Park without snapping a selfie with the bean. It's actually called Cloud Gate, but everyone calls it the bean. Trust me, you won't miss it. The reflections you get off this thing are insane. It's like a distorted mirror of the entire city. We spent a good hour here just messing around, taking photos from every angle imaginable. And right next to the bean you've got Crown Fountain, which is basically these two giant LED screens facing each other, with water cascading down their faces. It's super trippy, especially when they start spitting water at you. We wandered around the park for a while, soaking up the sun, checking out the art installations and just enjoying the vibes. There's always something going on here, from concerts to festivals to just people hanging out and enjoying the city. Millennium Park is definitely a must-see when you're in Chicago. Maybe you're more into something a little more, shall we say, cultured? Well, have no fear because Chicago has got you covered. Next up on our list is the Art Institute of Chicago, and let me tell you, this place is legit. It's one of the oldest and largest art museums in the world, and it's home to some seriously impressive pieces. We're talking Monet, Picasso, Van Gogh, Rembrandt, you name it, they've probably got it. I'm talking iconic masterpieces that you've only seen in textbooks, right there in front of your face. The Art Institute has a little something for everyone, from ancient artifacts to contemporary photography. We spent hours getting lost in the galleries, admiring the artwork, and pretending to understand what the artists were going for. Whether you're an art aficionado or just looking for a dose of culture, the Art Institute of Chicago is definitely worth a visit. Alright, so we've done the art thing, we've done the tourist thing, now it's time to escape the concrete jungle and get some fresh air. And there's no better place to do that than Lincoln Park. This place is massive. I'm talking over 1,200 acres of green space right in the heart of the city. It's like Central Park, but with a Chicago twist. You've got everything here: walking trails, bike paths, beaches, a zoo, even a conservatory with exotic plants. We rented bikes and cruised around for hours, just enjoying the scenery and the sunshine. Lincoln Park is the perfect place to escape the hustle and bustle of the city and just relax. Whether you're looking to go for a run, have a picnic, or just chill out with a good book, this park has something for everyone. Okay, let's be real, no trip to Chicago is complete without a little bit of shopping, right? And when it comes to shopping in Chicago, there's only one place to be: the Magnificent Mile. This stretch of Michigan Avenue is basically Rodeo Drive meets Fifth Avenue, with a dash of Chicago flair thrown in for good measure. We're talking high-end boutiques, department stores, flagship stores, you name it, they've got it. I'm not even kidding, you could spend days here and still not see everything. We're talking Gucci, Prada, Tiffany & Company, all the big hitters. But it's not just about the big brands. You'll also find tons of unique boutiques and local shops selling everything from vintage clothing to handmade jewelry. The Magnificent Mile is definitely a must-visit for any shopaholic. Alright, so maybe you're like me and you'd rather spend your time exploring the city's hidden gems. You want the real deal, the authentic Chicago experience? Well, look no further than Wicker Park. This neighborhood is the epitome of cool. It's like the Brooklyn of Chicago, with its independent boutiques, vintage shops, and trendy cafes. We're talking beard oil, craft coffee, and fixed gear bikes, you know the vibe. This place is a haven for artists, musicians, and anyone who likes to march to the beat of their own drum. We spent hours wandering the streets, checking out the street art, and soaking up the creative energy. We stumbled upon this awesome little record store called Reckless Records. And let me tell you, this place was a goldmine. I'm talking walls and walls of vinyl, from classic rock to obscure indie bands, and the food scene in Wicker Park is off the chain. Wicker Park is a must-visit for anyone looking to experience the real Chicago. Okay, so we've talked about food a lot in this video, but let's be real, we've been saving the best for last. If you're a foodie, and I mean a serious foodie, then you need to experience Alinea. This isn't just a restaurant, it's an experience. We're talking multiple courses, experimental dishes, and culinary artistry that will blow your mind. I'm talking food that looks like it belongs in a museum, not on your plate. It's expensive, yes, but trust me, it's worth every penny. The attention to detail is insane. From the presentation to the service to the perfectly paired wines. It's the kind of meal that you'll be thinking about for weeks, months, maybe even years to come. It's that good. Alright, let's talk sports. You can't come to Chicago without experiencing a Cubs game at Wrigley Field. This place is legendary, and I'm not just talking about the baseball. The atmosphere here is electric, even if you're not a baseball fan. It's like stepping back in time with the ivy-covered walls and the old-school scoreboard. We snagged some tickets and headed down to Wrigleyville, which is the neighborhood surrounding the stadium. This place is a party on game day, with bars and restaurants overflowing with Cubs fans. We grabbed a Chicago-style hot dog and headed into the stadium. The energy inside was insane. Even if you're not a baseball fan, I highly recommend checking out a game at Wrigley Field. Alright, so maybe sports aren't your thing, but you still want to experience the city's vibrant entertainment scene. Well, look no further than the Chicago Theater. This place is iconic, with its grand lobby, ornate ceilings, and that legendary marquee that's been featured in countless movies and TV shows. We're talking Broadway-caliber shows, from musicals to plays to stand-up comedy. We managed to snag tickets to Hamilton, which was absolutely incredible. The performances were top-notch, the costumes were stunning, and the music was unforgettable. But even if you're not into theater, the Chicago Theater is worth a visit just to admire the architecture and soak up the history. It's a true Chicago landmark. Alright, let's be real. No trip to Chicago is complete without a visit to Navy Pier. This place, and for good reason. It's basically a giant playground for all ages, with rides, games, restaurants, shops, and even a Shakespearean theater. We rode the Ferris wheel, which offers stunning views. I'm talking panoramic views of Lake Michigan, the skyscrapers, everything. We also checked out the Crystal Gardens, which is a 6-story indoor botanical garden. It's like stepping into a tropical paradise. And exotic plants. And of course, no visit to Navy Pier is complete without catching the fireworks show. They put on a spectacular display every Wednesday and Saturday night during the summer months. A must-visit for anyone coming to Chicago. Alright, we've saved the best for last. If you want the absolute best views of Chicago, then you need to head to Skydeck Chicago at Willis Tower. This observation deck is located on the 103rd floor of the Willis Tower, which used to be called the Sears Tower. We're talking 1,450 feet above the ground. On a clear day, you can see for miles in every direction. We took the elevator up, which is an experience in itself. It's one of the fastest elevators in the world, so be prepared for your ears to pop. But trust me, the views are worth it. You can see everything from up here, the lake, the skyline, the suburbs, even other states. And if you're feeling really brave, you can step out onto the ledge, which is a glass box that extends out from the building. So there you have it, guys. Our whirlwind tour of Chicago's top 10 must-visit spots. From iconic landmarks to hidden gems, this city has something for everyone. Whether you're a foodie, an art enthusiast, a history buff, or just looking for an unforgettable adventure, Chicago won't disappoint. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to our channel for more travel adventures, and let us know in the comments below what your favorite Chicago spot is. Until next time, peace out.